Fellas, what's up? Happy Monday. Welcome back to another week of PokeMMO streams, PokeMMO news, and PokeMMO gameplay. We're over here at our gym rerun. We've got a lot of things to talk about and catch up on today, so let's go ahead and start my gym rerun, and we'll just start rambling as we go throughout it, making Pokeyen while making progress and talking to you guys, catching everybody up. What's up? Good morning. First things first, I normally do streams Monday through Friday, right at 12 p.m. ET. That's pretty typical on YouTube and on Twitch, with whatever you want to watch on. But also, I will be live this Saturday. I'm going to try to be. It's kind of early for me. It's at 9 a.m., which is basically 4 a.m. for a gamer. So I'm going to try to wake up, and we're going to be live for that catch event because, dude, I think most of you guys probably saw this like Shiny Wars catch event, essentially. It is a PvE event over an 8-week period within PokeMMO. Very inclusive. Everybody can show up. It's 8 weeks of catch events, so there's 8 catch events. You only really need to do 4 of them, about half of them, to even be able to like participate in the finals. So it's all these different catch events, and then there's a finals of like super rare shinies. The top 3 places will all get a shiny Pokemon from this event. I think specifically getting awarded a shiny from this event will always be looked back at as a big deal. Thank you to the anonymous gifter in Twitch chat. Thank you so much. I think this is so cool. I knew that with Shiny Wars, the biggest takeaway was, holy shit, not only do we have developer content in PokeMMO, now we're getting staff content. Now we are getting PokeMMO community members creating ideas, creating content, creating memories, and enjoyable gameplay for the community. And now we're seeing that so soon after Shiny Wars again, but with catch events, with a PvE style activity, which is just really cool to see. If you aren't familiar with catch events, I suggest checking out my guides. I do have some good content on it. I love catch events. I think they are super. I think since I stopped doing them, they kind of gotten a little bit forgotten about or under talked about, but they're amazing. There's so many players there. It's a great way. You make Pokeyen at catch events anyway, just by catching Pokemon, and then you also have a chance at overarching prizes and stuff. It's amazing. So I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for that event to come up. I'm really excited to continue excuse me, my 0 to 20 mil Pokeyen holiday rebuild that I've slowly been working on. I am only at 7.2 mil cash in the last 14 days or so, which is quite good. It's around 500k a day cash, but I should have more. The thing is, right, I have a lot in my listings and in my GTL, and I have some things sold. And you know what? I forgot to do that. I have my little stream to-do list over here. I'll bring it up really quick. And number 1, I was supposed to collect the yen before the gym rerun, but I forgot. So let's go ahead and do that. We're at 7.2 mil. We're going to collect all of these bad boys, some Litwicks, the Alpha Floatzels, Wireless, some things that I caught on stream, up to 7.8 mil. Beautiful. You love to see it. I'm going to continue on my gym rerun. And other than that, I'm just waiting for a lot of stuff to sell. I do want to point out, and I don't mean this to sound like a complaint, because it's really not like a, it's not like, oh, this is the only thing, right? But I think a lot of people, whenever people see me do a money-making challenge, people who may not be able to make Pokeyen as well as I am because of game knowledge and because of practice, because of experience, often people will say, oh, your stuff only sells because of your username, and your stuff, the only reason your stuff sells is because you have the name Patrouski. People will buy anything you list, which if you watch my streams and you've watched me do content for any amount of time, you know it's not true. I have tons of stuff that doesn't sell, number 1. Tons of cheap stuff as well with the OT Patrouski. Number 2, I've done money-making challenges on alt accounts, and I've always succeeded. Number 3, it does help a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't help at all. Having the content creator name attached to it, unfortunately, is something that helps my Pokeyen. But there's positives and negatives to doing a money-making challenge as a content creator. One of the negatives is that my Meowths, remember when I showed off leveling these Meowths for profit? I think leveling Meowths for profit is amazing. It's actually like really super for beginner players. What happened was I did all these, I listed these at the current price, or at that price at the time, and then everybody went and did it, which is, you know, it's bound to happen. I showed off a money-making method. It's going to encourage other people to want to go do it. So now those Meowths that I bought for 100k and tried to sell for 290, well, now I've been undercut to the moon. So now I'm having trouble selling my own listing. So there just are positives and negatives to making Pokeyen challenges as a content creator. I just wanted to talk about that so people don't think I'm just, oh, I can only do it and you can't do it. No. The whole point of this challenge is you can do it. I believe in you. Like, if you put in, the beautiful thing about PokeMMO is that if you put in time and effort, you will make Pokeyen. You will get a return, almost guaranteed. The more time and effort and game knowledge you learn about this game, you will get rewarded. It's not like real life, which can be very unfair, which, you know, it's more direct in PokeMMO and more direct in MMOs in general. So hopefully you're playing PokeMMO today. Hopefully you're making some Pokeyen. Hopefully this video helps you make some Pokeyen and helps you acquire a little bit more of that game knowledge. I'm sure people will ask me some event questions. The Halloween event is around the corner, which is crazy. Probably in around 16 days or so. That's wild. How are we like around 2 weeks until the Halloween event? That's crazy to me. But I'm going to stop yapping for a little bit and make some Pokeyen, and we'll see what else comes up. Ooh, this is a message from Shamo Runner. Hey Pat, on Turnback Cave, I'm paying 75k per hour of data if you go back. I would love more details. One of the most underrated ways to make Pokeyen in PokeMMO, this sounds very funny, but it's true, is keeping an eye out for communal, I guess, bounties. People are willing to do communal bounties or communal things for certain activities, and it happens semi-frequently in PokeMMO. It's kind of interesting. Also, I was about, like, for money making. I always say, if you're looking for money making methods as well, I do have a video called 63 ways to make Pokeyen in PokeMMO, which covers some pretty interesting niche ones that most people wouldn't talk about, like making art on the forums, which is super. If you're an artist, you can make money in PokeMMO, which is awesome. Another anonymous gift sub in Twitch chat. Thank you so much. People ask this a lot, and I'll go ahead and answer it. Yeah, people ask me, why aren't I using the advanced Jimmy Run team? Don't worry, I am aware of it. I have a few hours in this game. I'm usually aware of most strategies that exist, but not everything. I have tons to learn. I don't use the advanced Jimmy Run team because I even have the team built, hilariously. The reason I don't do it is just because the extra effort for Pokeyen isn't really worth it to me. I really like that I can do my Jimmy Run in the background while talking to Twitch chat, getting things started for the day, etc., etc. It's not like a really focused activity, etc., etc. That's just my personal choice. I'd rather do something that is lower effort that I can do every single day for like years and years and years, versus if I were to do the other strat, maybe I'd burn out in a few months. I think a lot of people do high-end Jimmy runs and then burn out within a few months, and it's always important to remember that the game is a marathon, not a sprint. But obviously, if you can do the advanced Jimmy run every single day for like years or whatever, more power to you, right? It's really whatever works best for you. Yeah, someone asked, how's my road to 20 mil? The biggest thing right now is that it's going pretty well, and I have good value, but I wish I had more in pure cash, you know? I wish that I had more in pure yen, but I have a fair bit of it on the GTL. I have like a Ditto box or like Dittos to be sold. To be fair, I'm catching Dittos passively off stream a bit and on stream a bit. I have Dittos to sell on my boxes. Something I think I want to start doing is trainer reruns more consistently, but not only trainer reruns more consistently, but I think 2 trainer reruns a day, right? So you can do trainer reruns every 6 hours, right? I was thinking about this over the weekend. Gym reruns plus trainer reruns plus like a bunch of this, it might be like if you want to do like lowest hour input to highest Pokeyen, obviously flipping for profit and stuff is better as well, but like if you're like from scratch, you can do this quite well. Let's do the math. So with a gym rerun, let me switch regionally, but with a gym rerun you can make with a gym rerun you can do 300k really like on a really on my, you know, really easy run. So 300k on it. One sec. Let me switch over to Kanto, head down here, and we'll continue in a quick set. So 300k profit per 1 hour, right? And then on trainer reruns, you can do about 220k pretty once again, pretty easily. So 220k pretty easily. So, but you can also, those take 1 hour, right? So plus 220k. However, you can do trainer reruns every 6 hours, not every 18 like Jimmy runs, right? So if we add another 220k here on this number on the calculator, right? We reach 740k. This is 740,000 pure Pokeyen that you can earn every single day within PokeMMO just for playing 3 hours a day. 3 hours a day. Which, like, obviously I think it's above average. It's not a small amount, but I think it's doable. If you really want to take PokeMMO seriously and you want to earn Pokeyen, 3 hours a day, 740k pure yen. You're not like sitting there waiting for stuff to sell. You get the capital immediately. This is really, 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 really nice. If you were to do this 740k for 1 month. So if you were to play 3 hours a day for 1 month, you would end up making, as like a, you know, you could do this as a pretty new, maybe intermediate player to have all regions done for Jimmy runs. 22 million Pokeyen a month, right? How do you get that 740k? Gym rerun every day, and then 2 trainer reruns, which you can do every 6 hours. I might need to do I might need to at some point do a serious trainer rerun guide, but I'm gonna switch it up a bit because I think I have my own. I mean, I'll make adjustments to the current route because there are some trainers that I feel like are very difficult to get to that I feel like could be replaced with other things, but we'll have to see. So we'll try to plan something out. But I'm pretty excited for what's to come with in terms of like pure. It's never been easier in PokeMMO to earn pure yen. It's really, and it seems to work with the economy well. You would think inflation would be a problem, but we don't seem to have any problems with inflation from what I can see. Obviously, I'm no economic expert. But we have so many Pokeyen sinks in the game with breeding for profit, and breeding in general with the braces, as well as buying things like Pokeballs, Netballs, buying potions, like buying all this stuff from marts. That the inflation does not seem. I would say we don't really have a problem with inflation in PokeMMO. If anything, we have a problem with deflation in terms of like the goods becoming less valuable as opposed to the yen becoming less valuable and prices going up. If that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something to think about. This is a cute question. Can you give me a vanity goal that can be bought for like 5 mil or less? Thank you for that question. I would go for the eyeball mask. I feel like this has potential to go up. It's a 2020 limited vanity. It's around Halloween time, not Halloween Town, the great movie. Halloween time. So it's a perfect time to go ahead and pick one of these up, whether green or red eyeball, whichever color you want. Probably that's a good goal. It's around 4 mil-ish or so. So I would recommend going for that. Good luck to you, dude. Okay, I've got the explanation from Shadowrunner for the data regarding rock smashing and farming at Turnback Cave. Okay. Ayo, Pat, you mentioned and having some interest in rock smash data collection program. We only require the total rock smashed, total encounters, and how many of each item obtained. I'll repeat that one more time. Total rock smashed, total encounters, and how many of each item obtained. Once you have an hour of data, then post on the data collection server, and I try to get payments set within 24 hours of the data being posted. 75k per hour of data. There are other programs such as including hybrid rock smash routes, using multiple characters, and repel tricking. Please don't be overwhelmed by myself and the couple others discussing the hybrid routes, as we are still in the early stages to determine if the 50 to 75% rock increase per hour is viable for each rock smash area. Dude, holy. If you're still interested, let me know and I'll send you the link for the Discord server. I'm very interested. I would like 75k per hour on top. Stuff like this is so cool in Pokemon. Usually you find stuff like this on the forums in Pokemon. It's a little scarce, but it depends. 75k an hour on top of the yen I'd be making while fossil farming would be amazing for this year. Like, amazing to also just show all the different ways you can make Pokeyen and PokeMMO and how truly open-ended the game is and how diverse things can be. That's super, super cool. This is a good question. Why'd you settle on the number 63 for a lot of your guides? The first one, 63 tips, right? That was just as many as I could think of. The number 63 just came from, that was as many tips as I could think of at that time to recommend for new players specifically, right? So then I basically just carried on that number to, that was it. That came from as many tips as I could think of, and then I just kept the same number moving forward for different guides, like 63 things to buy in PokeMMO, 63 money makers, 63 things to do. I really enjoy the 63 things series, as I feel like it just encapsulates so much information, and it could really explain a ton of the game to players if you just watch those 4 videos or so. What ocarinas would you recommend? This is a pretty quick and easy question. The top 3 ocarinas, in my opinion, are number 1, Fly, because Fly actually saves you an inventory spot in a lot of situations. Number 1, Fly. Number 2, Surf. Number 3, Teleport. In some order. Those 3 are the big 3, I think, in my opinion. What's the best Pokemon region in PokeMMO for new beginners? I do have if you Google what's the best region in PokeMMO, I have an in-depth guide that breaks down all the positives and negatives for each region, as well as like what order I recommend going in and the power rankings for all of them, etc., etc. There's 2 recommendations I can give you as a new player for PokeMMO. You really should watch that guide. It's very, very in-depth and will give you all the answers you need. But quick answers, right? Number 1 is start with whatever region is your favorite, because you'll have the most fun, and that'll make you enjoy PokeMMO, and that's super important. Number 2, Unova. Unova's really good. Unova's really good. You get Pokeyen, you get Gym Run access, you get EV training spots, you get access to 5th gen very powerful Pokemon. Like, yeah, so either your favorite region or Unova. I get this question a lot, and it's a good question. How much should I invest in the upcoming Halloween event? And the problem is, you just don't know until the event drops and we see the vanities, we see the sealed product, we see how many people are playing, etc., etc., etc. Right? So we just don't know. What I always say is I recommend having around 20 to 25 million Pokeyen heading into the event season. If you have more than that, that's amazing. If you have less than that, don't worry, you're still doing great. Like, it's just if you can, 20 to 25 mil is nice, right? It's a nice amount to have. And you should be able to do most things you would want to do for most of event season with that 20 to 25 mil, in my personal opinion. But that doesn't mean dump all of that 20 mil into like the first event, like into Halloween. Like, you really want to pick and choose and play it smart and play it safe and make your own investments and just kind of take it step by step. Whenever it's tough, event season is very complicated. You have to take it step by step and make smart decisions carefully and not like overspend or whatever. You also don't want to miss out on opportunities when something is very like, it's so tough. It's very complicated. If it's your first event season, I'll let you know now, you are probably going to make mistakes. You're probably not going to make that good of investments. You just want to try your best to like break even, honestly, for the most part. Like, if it's your first event season, you're not going to make $1 billion, right? Maybe if you grind the event, you'll do great, honestly. So, but like, I think your second holiday event in PokeMMO is probably the big investment one for most players. It's like you've learned it more. There's just so much going on during event season that it's so impossible to learn it and digest it and understand it in your first event season. I think your second one is really comes around, but have fun. Your first event season, just have fun. Just have fun, enjoy yourself, experience it, try to keep up with whatever you can, do whatever you can. I wouldn't even worry as much about investments as your first event. I would just try to play the events and have fun and enjoy things, and maybe look for investments towards the end of events or so. Alrighty, the gym rerun is now over. We're up to 8.2 mil cash. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to do the, there is an alpha spawn. I think it's over in Sinnoh. There's an alpha Milotic. Let's go do that first. So we'll go do the alpha Milotic. We'll get our catching Pokemon, get prepped for that. And then we'll head over to do our trainer rerun after this catch. Okay, we're at Milotic. This is a alpha swarm where I will actually check all the baby Phoebuses just for shiny chance. It's not really any Pokeyen, I think, here, but like just for shiny chance, I'll check them all. All right, moment of truth. Here is the alpha Milotic encounter. We had a gamba on whether or not this would be Shalfa, which is insane odds. Believers do not win this one. It is a male alpha Milotic. This is probably a decent Pokeyen. I'm excited for this catch. I think it does have recover, so it might be kind of an annoying one to catch, but I'm gonna try my best. We'll see how it goes. I'm hopeful for good IVs here. Let's go and get a nice superpower chip damage in. Okay, the Milotic gets caught 2 times 31 plus 20 plus in the other stats. This is honestly, the stat placement's very, very good. This should be decently priced. Let's go see what it sells for. Honestly, not as much Pokeyen as I was hoping for, but not terrible. It's looking like it's gonna be like 53k, 50. You know, I think it's this is probably average alpha price, around maybe a little bit better than average, 40 to 60k or so. I'll take it. Hopefully that's insta sold, so we'll definitely go ahead and take that. Let's go collect that Pokeyen up to 8.2 mil cash. Once again, my value feels good, but I need more pure cash. That's something I definitely want to start working on. So let's go do. I think next, well, actually, I have to sell these 2 Tyrannotars. I finally finished leveling these 2 Ttars that I bought and I special defense EV trained. I finally finished leveling these. So let's work on price checking these next, and then we'll go do our trainer rerun in a quick sec. I honestly don't remember what I bought these Ttars for. I want to say it was somewhere between 60 and 100k. I'm probably just going to end up selling them both for 180, maybe 200-ish. I think 180. They're missing nature, but they're EV trained nicely. I could even undercut this one to like really get quick sales, which is arguably worth it because I'm making a bit less Pokeyen, but I'm selling. Yeah, honestly, I'm down. I feel like I'm gonna start really underlisting stuff soon. Because what I care about at this point is bringing in pure yen. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. What I care the most about is bringing in pure yen. And having access to that by the end. I want to have 20 mil pure yen by the end of the challenge. I don't want to have 20 mil in value. It's not something I want. So having that pure yen and having stuff sell quickly is really, really valuable to me at this point. Like, and it's the same way it would to someone who's returning to the game and trying to develop Pokeyen for an event season. They want to have access to that Pokeyen, not just value, which is what this series is all about. Okay, I'm gonna start my trainer rerun, and I am going to attempt to do my trainer rerun today by doing Morimoto and Cynthia to start, and then heading over to other trainers and doing my own route. But I'll show you guys. If you don't know where Morimoto is at, he is a NPC over here. He is legitimately difficult to beat. If you want a PVM challenge, I think Morimoto is pretty tough. Maybe I'm just bad at the game, but I honestly think Morimoto is quite tough personally. I'm gonna put a magnet on my Zapdos just for something there. So we're gonna head into this building, head up to floor 22. We're going to pop our amulet coin and then battle this guy right here. Now Morimoto, if you don't know, has a pretty difficult team. Let's go ahead and pop. Also, his team like constantly changes, so there's not really a fantastic way to like perfectly always beat him. I'll have to adapt and actually think during the battle and strategize what Pokemon I have, etc., etc. We're gonna pop my amulet coin, jump into it. The trainer rerun begins now. I'm gonna lead with my Cottony and go and set up a Tailwind. And then after this fight, we'll go over to Cynthia, which is very similar, and then we'll head over to actually start the rest of the trainer rerun. I should be able to make a round. We'll see. My starting Pokeyen stack is 8.2 million. Keep that in mind, and we'll see how much yen I can actually make the rest. I actually don't know for sure. I'm really curious to see how much I can make. I'm currently thinking what Pokemon I want to bring into the Snorlax. I think Typhlosion actually does the most damage. Or I could go like this and then swap to Garchomping Scarf is not great here, is the only problem. Do I want to sack my if I don't do enough damage, do I want to sack my Typhlosion here already? That's the problem. I think I might. I only do 36%. Not a good start. Not a good start. I'll see you guys if it's very possible I lose to this, or that would hurt my time a bit, but not the worst thing in the world. We're trading decently here. I'm just gonna go for this. This is not ideal. I might switch here. Yeah, I unironically started this fight in the worst way possible, but that's okay. It happens. I traded my Typhlosion. We're then going to switch over to our Crocodile and get a Moxie proc here. We are on Life Orb, not on Band or something like that, so which is nice. We can actually switch around our moves if we can, if the next mon comes in. The problem is Gengar will probably be faster than me, but if I can actually... I don't know if I ever outspeed him, but I think I still go ahead and stay in and go for the Crunch or EQ just in case. He misses a Focus Blast. That puts me in a really good position. I do get Curse Bodied. Okay, Curse Bodied into Sash. Now I probably switch over to something like Chomp. I think I just go Chomp here, because if he Focus Blast, I am Scarf, so I should be able to outspeed after. It's worth to actually take the switch. Focus Blast misses again. But I can go ahead and go for probably just an EQ. Beautiful, beautiful. So worst start possible to this run, and thankfully due to some misses it puts me in a better position. This guy might have Ice Beam, I'm not totally sure. I'm gonna go ahead and just go for the... I'm on Scarf actually, so I'm gonna switch out. He probably has Flamethrower. I probably just go back to Krook, or I could just stay in and get... I EQ'd. I don't want to stay in EQ. I like going Zapdos here. Even if he's Ice Beam, it's fine. I can Volt Switch, I can Hurricane, I can click a few different things here. He goes for Acrobatics. That's kind of fine for me. I go ahead and get rid of his Acrobatics Gem, which is nice. And now I can go ahead and I'll just click Hurricane. Even if I miss, it's fine. We do get that 100% accuracy. Or sorry, 100% damage, not accuracy. So we do it and wipe out the Simisage. There's 3 Pokemon left. This is going pretty well. It can be, once again, be a shockingly difficult fight. Here I'll switch over to the Garchomp, which is faster than the Jolteon. I really just threw together like high level Pokemon that I had. I didn't put together like, oh, a specific team built for this Morimoto, you know, whatever. I really just grabbed 5 high level mons that I had and just tried to go ahead and take care of this. So Primeape comes in. I should actually be faster than him since I'm Scarfed. Yup, we can one-shot him. Beautiful, beautiful. Keep an eye out for this. If you're doing this fight, keep an eye out for that Scarf Gengar and certain Scarf. I think Lucario also might be Scarf. There we go. We finished Morimoto in around 4 minutes, which is quite good. We go from 228. We make around 20 to 30k Pokeyen just from that, yeah, 20k-ish from that one fight, which is why we do it. So now we can head over to Cynthia, which is in Undella Bay, but she's only in Undella Bay during certain seasons. I think warm seasons in PokeMMO. She heads over to her house over in Undella Bay. It's like during summer and spring, I think. Maybe fall, I'm not sure. I'm going to heal up really quick, of course, because I want to make sure I head into this fight actually prepared. I have always felt like Cynthia's a little easier than Morimoto, but I don't actually know if that's true. That's how my experience has been, but she's right here in this house. So a similar difficult PVM fight for around 20k Pokeyen. I'll see you guys after this, and we'll start our actual easy trainer rerun. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I've never used Zapdos for these two fights, and Zapdos like hard carried, I feel like, at both these fights. This is really, really good. This is a really good example of why people always say like, oh, LMAO, like how would legendaries make PVM easier, yada yada yada. Example A, right? Like these two trainers are supposed to be PVM challenges that have kind of become trivialized due to me using Zapdos. I've never, like, this is actually crazy. This is actually kind of wild. I've never had two easier Morimoto and Cynthia fights in my entire life until I just locked in Zapdos. That is kind of wild to me, I'm not gonna lie. But now we start our actual trainer run, which I'm gonna go and heal. And since I'm already in Unova, I'll go ahead and do the trainers here. So there's two up here to the north of Mandela Bay, and I want to do my own guide on this at some point because I feel like it would be a cool route. I feel like I'd have my own personal route that I recommend you follow that is a slight variance of what's on the forums. If you Google trainer rerun guide PokeMMO, there is a forum guide that'll help you as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and do these guys, start here, and I'll see you guys once I'm done. This is why we aren't including permanent catchable legendaries into PokeForce. Is that confirmed? That's pretty interesting. That's honestly I'm super happy to hear that. It's good to know. And I try to empathize. I understand that for a lot of casual players, like legendaries represent fun, and legendaries represent, like, you know, fun and nostalgia and etc. But they're just not balanced for an MMO. They're not balanced for a multiplayer online Pokemon game with a market. And I just hope that players can understand that and accept that, as opposed to, I guess, asking for them constantly. If there are other Pokemon MMOs with legendaries that are, in my opinion, they're less popular, which does not mean bad, but less popular, less sustainable, and less balanced, that you can go play if you want the legendary nostalgia over the balance. There are games that have that, right? So I recommend trying to check that out if you prefer that, right? But I think PokeMMO not having legendaries and PokeForce not wanting to add legendaries is a positive for the game and better in the long run. Dude, this is a really funny question / dude, you're totally correct, German. Pat, do you remember how long Road to PokeMMO Season 3 took you, and now you do 20 mil in 1 month? I think that the progression, the like expectation for PokeMMO progression has just skyrocketed over the past 3 years. We just learned more about the game, right? It's kind of like looking at classic WoW or vanilla WoW back in like 06 versus like classic WoW on release, right? Everything, we realized how much easier a lot of the bosses and all things were because we're just smarter, right? Like a lot of PokeMMO, like it took us a long time. We just need more players, and it takes a lot of players or whatever. But we're finally like actually getting smarter. It just took us on and off. We were like behind for a long time. We're like just didn't progress that much. The community knowledge is so much higher than when I started playing them even just a year ago. Yeah, like the average knowledge we're spreading so much, and it's, I mean, due to the amazing community. Like it's all you guys that do that. But yeah, like the average player, I would say like 3 years ago, 10% of players did gym reruns, maybe 5%. It was very low, like gym reruns. And that was back when like gym reruns, you'd make like 200 to 300K per hour. Now we have 300 to 350, 400K. Like it's crazy. People don't generally just accept a strategy as is. They innovate and change strategies until they have the best strategy possible. Yeah, that's for sure. As well as also just progression takes time. Like even myself, you'll probably notice this with me and my content, dude, I'm slow to change, I'm slow to adjust sometimes. I'll stick to the same strategy even if it's suboptimal for a super long time until I finally have the time frame to like process. Humans just need time to process things. It's just the reality of us, right? Progress needs time. But yeah, dude, like a good example is yeah, speed running now versus 10 years ago, 100%. A good example is my road to 1 mil Pokeyen. Even comparing, so do you remember one of my first big series was like my first Road to PokeMMO season, aka Road to 1 mil Pokeyen from scratch, right? I did Road to 1 mil Pokeyen from scratch, and that was like a 26, like 30 episode series, right? I also did 0 to 1 mil Pokeyen in 1 day from scratch, right? Like that's crazy. Like that's insane that like about 1 to 2 years apart, I did the same thing that took, you know, months of episodes every so often, and then I did the same thing in 1 day, like a 14-hour grind. Like it's all just game knowledge. It's all game knowledge. We are so far from completing PokeMMO and fully understanding PokeMMO, and it's really important to understand that. Alrighty, fellas, we finished the gym rerun. We did the trainer rerun. The Pokeyen stack is huge. 8.45 million Pokeyen. Actually beautiful. So I do want to do fossil farming at some point. That'll be super good for research, for helping out with that research project that people are doing, which is amazing. However, I think I actually want to do something else currently. I want to go breed for profit some Aerodactyls. I got someone reached out to me and talked about how last year for the hard mode strategy during the pumpkin boss, during the Halloween event, people used Aerodactyl. Now, I don't know exactly why or how or the set or whatever. I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm just going to make some Aerodactyls and see what happens. See what Aerodactyl prices are going for, etc., etc. So if we go check Aerodactyl, I'm going to focus on 31 attack and speed is the main thing. A 31 attack Aerodactyl is around 17k. We can find other stats like defense or whatever. That'd be nice. 2 times 31 is around 52k. Jolly 2 times 31 is 93k. That is interesting. That's interesting. So we'll keep that. That's our profit that we want to look for. Let's look for 1 times 31 in one of the stats with Jolly. Let's see if we can find. It's unlikely this would be too easy of money. Ooh, but is that it? 40k. They sell for 92k. 40k plus a 2 times. I don't think I can actually make profit on that, but it's close. I don't think I can make profit on this, but it's close. Because what I would have to do is I'd have to breed that with either a female Aerodactyl or a Ditto. There's no profit there, but it's close. I'm gonna look for some Aerodactyl breeds and I'll see what we can find. Yeah, check egg moves was actually a really good shout. I'm pretty sure you might use wide guard. I'm not totally sure, but that might be something that, because I know it's like used for certain PvM activities sometimes in Pokemon as a wide guard Aerodactyl. The main problem is there are actually so few like cheap Aerodactyls to start a breed. So this guy was 3k. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. I'm just gonna shoot for whatever I can do, right? This Aerodactyl was 3,000 Pokeyen, so we're gonna add that onto our cost. And it just needs 31 speed for the most part and nature. So I'm gonna look for I assume Ditto. I don't think a female arrow would ever be cheaper here. I assume a Ditto with 31 speed and then 20 plus and all these other stats. It might be cheaper to look for 25k. If I look for one with 0 special defense, let's see if it's cheaper. Because if it's 10k, 20k, yes. So you want to keep an eye out for this. Even though, let's do this. Let's see if we can find something. Well, that's too much. Okay, let's get rid of these. Even though I have to pay for a brace for this, right? This ends up being cheaper. So if I buy this one for 10k, and then I'll be buying 2 braces, so plus 20k. So this whole breed cost me 33k. Let's go actually buy the braces and put the breed together and see what it looks like. Okay, 33,000 Pokeyen cost. Here's our breed. It's going to give us a Aerodactyl with 31 speed, 20 plus in every other stat that it needs, and we are just randomly rolling the nature. What's the female? Is this 21k? It's not worth paying that for 21. That's just too much. But I will, especially with this few stats, but we'll go ahead and let this roll, put that in a Pokeball and see how that goes. We have our Flame Body Pokemon to make it hatch a little bit faster. So that's our first Aerodactyl breed for 33k. I don't even know if that will sell for profit. I just assume it will. Let's go ahead and double check though. Let's see what an Aerodactyl with those stats would go for without even correct nature. So without even correct nature, this is 2 times 31, so not comparable. I think this Aerodactyl would sell for around 50k, right? Nothing maybe 50, 60. Nothing amazing, nothing like super good profit-wise, but if it rolls nature, then we're really in the money. That's the big thing for sure as well. I think Wide Guard might be a chain egg move breed, which means that's actually brutal. So that's brutal. The way you breed Wide Guard onto Aerodactyl would be by breeding Wide Guard onto a Wingull first and make sure that Wingull is male, and then you need a female Aerodactyl. How much are just shitty female Aerodactyls? Let's just get the egg move on. Let's do an egg move Aerodactyl breed. This is probably like, so let's check actually any Aerodactyl with Wide Guard. The base price of any Aerodactyl with Wide Guard is 29k. That's crazy. That's actually, wow. Okay, so I get why it's annoying to do. So the way you would do this, you would get a Wingull and breed Wide Guard onto the Wingull with something else that I have to figure out still what can do that. So we'll do that first things first. That's actually crazy how few Pokemon you can actually do this with. So you need a Mantine. So that's pretty crazy. You need a Mantine with Wide Guard that is male. You need it to be male. Let's see, advanced search, male, right? Mantine. 5k, honestly not too expensive. I'll take it, so I'll buy that for 5k. We're gonna do a new price check because that Aerodactyl probably makes around a few k profit, whatever, right? I'm more interested in this wide guard breed now. So male Mantine for 5k. Then we need any female Pelipper. I'm not worrying about stats because this just gets too complicated. Super cheap, right? Super cheap. So that costs 2k, I guess. So 7k so far for this. Now we'll go ahead and breed these. So come up with wide guard. You do need to pay for this to be male. That's really important. Really important. So this will cost an extra 5k. And now from here, we just need a female Aerodactyl. But I think a female Aerodactyl, any female Aerodactyl, I think is going to cost a bit. Let's go see. 10k. Okay. So this is going to end up costing 22k. So it's going to end up costing 22k to make a wide guard Aerodactyl. So you make around like 5k profit after the listing fee, which I think is pretty interesting. That honestly is pretty interesting. This Aerodactyl hatched, it came out rash, which is not a good nature. The stats are quite good though. So you make 5k profit or so. The problem is who's actually buying those. I think the demand will go up drastically once the Halloween event is out. That'll be super interesting to see, but we'll have to make sure and just keep an eye on it. I think I end up selling this Aerodactyl just for like 60k. Nothing crazy. It's a bit of profit. I made it for 33, so like honestly very happy with that. So a quick little what was that? 25k-ish profit? Really small list fee. Okay. We've got our Wingull with wide guard. This thing actually has decent stats, honestly, and it has, I almost want to Everstone the Adamant. Oh, I don't know if it's worth doing this early. I don't think it is, but it's tempting. So now we want to go breed these. So this costs 22k to create a wide guard Aerodactyl, which is awesome. And then we'll breed up the stats from here. So let's go ahead and just get done with this. We don't need to worry about the gender yet. We'll breed up the stats from here. And I'm curious to see if we could make something like a 2x31 Aerodactyl, right? With wide guard. As move, wide guard. How much would that go for? Wide guard, 2x31 Aerodactyl. Search for actually Aerodactyl, 133k. This is with correct nature. This is interesting. I think there's like some really good potential for profits here. But it also depends. It also depends how many. These also lists for. Wait, they could be 160. These are lists for only 5 hours. It depends how many people know about this strat. How many people will be attempting hard mode this year as well, and how many will even think it'll be the same as last year. Okay, there's actually a good time to go ahead and do other stuff. So while I'm sitting here waiting for this egg to hatch, I've been farming Dittos off stream, as you could probably tell. And I have about a box and a half, but not all of them are shittos. Some have 1x31. So you know what? Let's just go ahead while we're sitting here waiting for this egg to hatch to then possibly breed up this Aerodactyl to then sell it for more profit. Let's organize. Let's put all of these Dittos with 31 IVs over in this box. And not only in this box, but also like down here. I'm going to move them. That didn't work super well. Let's just move these here. We'll do it like this. Move them. I'm not doing this efficiently. Could do this way better, but essentially I'm going to sort these. We'll move them over. We're going to try to list off and sell all the 1x31 Dittos. And then we'll get ready to try to prep a box of shittos. One box of shittos represents what? 200k? 220k? Like, it's some really nice extra Pokeyen. Like, pretty guaranteed Pokeyen as well. Like, if anything represents, I've said it once, I'll say it again during this challenge, how important pure yen and how important like turnover is in terms of yen. Ditto boxes represent a lot of pure yen. Like, Ditto boxes are one of the things you can do that represent, because these do not, you should never be waiting to sell a Ditto box. Ditto boxes should be one of the fastest selling things in all of PokeMMO. Okay, the best way that I usually mass sell off Dittos is honestly just by going by the 31s. If they have some other stats you want to factor in, you can do that, but most Dittos are just the 31. So I have, for example, 4 Dittos here that are 31 HP. The way that I would price check this very, very simply is go over to the GTL, look up 31 HP, search up Ditto, sort by lowest price, and see that it's around 6k per. So I would go ahead and do 5998 like this, copy paste it, and it's going to be, you know, easy 5k there, 5k there, 5k there, and then 5k. That's 20k worth of Dittos there after the listing fee, right? Easy, easy peasy. Next up, let's do attack Dittos. I would search for all the Dittos. Only one Ditto with 31 attack. Now, does this Ditto have other stats? It seemingly does. Well, kind of. It almost does. The problem is that its special attack is one of the 20 plus, which makes it not... We could check, like, what's a Ditto cost with 20 plus HP and speed, but I'm going to be super honest. It's probably just the same as a 31. Yeah, it's just going to be about the same. So there's no reason in making it sell that much slower. You'd rather just sell it for that price. Next up, we would go ahead and do 31 defense. Similar thing, similar strategy. This is, we have 131 defense. It's very, very simple. Selling 1 times 31 Pokemon and Dittos in general can be extremely simple, and it's extremely consistent Pokeyen. Even during a market like this, which is a bit slower for 1 times 31 Mons, it's still super solid. Oh, crap. Okay, wait, I saw it already. Our Aerodactyl hatched, and it came out jolly. I actually think it might be worth to keep this nature. This is like, oh, that's so good. Okay. That does make this complicated, but I think I just don't go. That's why we roll. Yes. I think I just don't go for 31 attack. I think I just keep the attack 25 plus. Does anybody in chat know that for the pumping hard mode, do you need 31 attack, or is it okay if it's like 25 plus? That's really, really good. Wide guard Aerodactyl. I would go ahead and search for like these stats ish and see, but I'll go ahead and like get rid of the special defense. It doesn't need to roll like 8k. It's gonna be a pretty cheapish breed. This is gonna be like pretty cheap, honestly. Aerodactyl plays support. That, okay, if it plays support, that means to me it doesn't need to be that crazy. Okay, 25 was fine. Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna pay the extra. No, I'm gonna pay the extra 1,000 more Pokeyen to get this one. So it's gonna be 9k per that Ditto, and then I'm gonna need an Everstone, which is plus about 7k right now for an Everstone. They're not that cheap, and then plus 10k for a brace, right? So I'm making this Aerodactyl, because we rolled that nature. This might be incredible. This might be really, really good. I'm actually getting excited. We're gonna do 31 speed brace on the Ditto. Go buy an Everstone. Pop that onto our beautiful, like 7k a piece right now for Everstones, dude. Go farm fossils. 7k a piece is nice. Ron Pokemon, lol. Put this onto the Aerodactyl. Okay, let's go see what this breed looks like. This is prepping and a possible event Pokemon for the Halloween event. Aerodactyl, 25 plus attack, 31 speed, jolly, wide guard. These are a pain in the butt to make. Let's go through with it. Does not need to be female. Gender should not matter. Pokeball, boom. Let's see how that hatches. That might be worth. Let's see. If we just do 20 plus attack, 31 speed, has move, wide guard, nature, jolly, search, cheapest price, Aerodactyl. We made this for 48k, and it should sell for like 100k, maybe 120, pretty easily. That should be pretty nice profits. That should be pretty nice. That's awesome. That's a nice breed. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, 100% Rumel. During the event, it might even sell for like 200k plus. Yes, if it's still viable this year. So much event preparation mons are like, if it actually works like that this year. 100 million %. I always say during events, you arguably, if you want to, for this challenge, I need to have the yen before the event starts. But if you weren't in this challenge, it might be worth to like make some of these Aerodactyls, make some 2 times 31 Chandelures, and just hold them until the event. And there's insane potentials for profit there, in my opinion. Okay, this is a rare 31 IV Ditto that I might actually sell for more because it's modest nature, and it does have 20 plus and a couple other stats. Honestly, not too much more, but like 9,800 Pokeyen. I feel like someone would see this and they'd have the defense. They'd brace the defense on a different Pokemon. It's one breed away from having a modest nature, like a nice bulky Reuniclus type Pokemon. I think that's super fair for that 9,800. So we'll go ahead and list that off for that. And then the rest of these should just be... This arguably could sell for more. It's another like one breed. Let's check this. It's another technically maybe one breed away, but I don't know if it's good enough without the nature. 3120. I don't know if this would quite be worth more. But we'll see. Let's just price check it. Yeah, about... I'm assuming this is about what a 1 times 31 special defense Ditto sells for. So this one and the other 3 will just sell for a quick 5k profit. Okay, this is actually a nice Ditto. Wait, wow, this 31 speed Ditto, but it's 25 plus and 3 other stats. That's actually, wait, this is, yeah, this will be like 18k pretty easily. Arguably it's like 25. I'm gonna go 25 on this. I do want stuff to sell pretty quickly, but like it's not that long of a listing. I got really lucky, honestly, on my Dittos in terms of so many of these being 31 in speed, the most valuable stat by far. Okay, and this Ditto is like 20k. What the fuck? That's sick. Dude, these 31 speed Dittos are coming out to actually be 20k Dittos. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we listed all of our 1x31 Dittos. Our Aerodactyl hatched came out 24 attack, 24 HP, 31 speed, jolly nature. I'm gonna go ahead and list this for 120k. Ooh, that's, I mean, it's kind of high, but no, I feel more comfortable going 100. I think 100 is more fair. I think it'll sell a lot quicker. Wide guard Aerodactyls are a pain. A lot of people don't want to breathe them. I got lucky. It came out, it was like 50k to make this. We're going to do that. I think it's worth it. I think it's fair. We got some Dittos over here. I'm going to go ahead and claim. I feel like we made a lot of Pokeyen today. A lot of Pokeyen in a little amount of time, right? Also a lot of pure yen just from the gym run and the trainer run. I feel like the breeds turned out pretty nice today. I'm pretty happy with today's progress. I'm really excited to, I want to do a trainer rerun later. The Aerodactyl sold beautifully. Hopefully people are preparing for the event. I'm really excited to later on off camera, off stream, do another trainer rerun. The fact that you can do trainer reruns every 6 hours is something that I vehemently underrate and don't hype up enough. So I want to start working on that for this from scratch series, but that's where I'm going to go ahead and call it today. Tomorrow marks the half point in this series, guys. Tomorrow, the 15th of October, is halfway done. And I'm at 8.5 mil cash, which is not bad, but it's not 10 mil. It's not half of what I need. So I feel a little behind, even though I have value. Even though I have value sitting on the GTL and a Ditto box, I don't feel like I'm quite there. So I'm going to work on it. I'm going to try to make as much Pokeyen as possible. Thank you guys for watching this journey. Hopefully it's been helpful, enjoyable, exciting, entertaining, etc. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you didn't. Subscribe to me on YouTube for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. ET. And Saturday for this upcoming catch event. I cannot encourage you guys enough to do these catch events and to do this overarching PvE challenge that is happening. It's so cool. Discord's down below if you're interested in joining a really cool community. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the content and allow me to even do this, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo donations really make this possible, as well as Factor subs. Thank you so much to the one person who actually was my first Factor sub this month. That is the best way to support the stream, and it helps me out tremendously, and also should get you some amazing food. It's a win-win. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, and enjoy PokeMMO for a few more days. And hopefully the Halloween event coming up around the corner. I'm really excited for it. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Hey, what's up? Patrouski here, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me. And if your name is listed here, that means you went above and beyond and supported the channel financially, which allows me to even be here and have the time to do this. So thank you so very much.